Yo, 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗶, how you feeling? This video is 12 ways to keep your brain healthy, all right? The first one, we have stimulation, brain stimulation. Now, this comes from challenges with brain puzzles, games, and new challenging exercises, right? Strategic exercises that just make you think a little bit more than usual. And it's not with your occupation, your profession, your job, none of that. It is separate, okay? Now, a thing that I have always loved, and I still do to this day, I always smile thinking about it because it's so nerdy, it's so quirky, but hey, I love it, all right? Word search. A large print word search brain game. Look at that. And I got, let me show you this way. Boom, look at that. And look, y'all see throughout the word search, I've made different mechanisms to capture the words in the word search, right? So here I'm circling. Here I'm circling in the beginning, right? Boom, a little bit, I'm lining it. Just different ways, you know? Stretch my brain. And then as of recently, I've been lining everything. Just mixing it up, you know, and that's what I do. That's what I do. And of course, journaling, you know, expressing challenging thoughts and experiences that I've dealt with, that I've went through, and, you know, my notebooks have helped me tremendously over the years. So definitely thinking, or maybe, look, it could be a Sudoku, right? And I also have this game that I want to mention, 𝗬𝗠𝗨. It's not a sponsor, right? But 𝗬𝗠𝗨, okay? This game is so awesome. And it has IQ tests, EQ tests, personality tests. It has word searches, games, puzzles, candies, you know, all of that stuff. Look at that. You see that? Tower, connecting the dots, sliding the puzzles, attention games, fresh items, math games, mental math. Like, it's beautiful. So go in the App Store if y'all want, all right? 𝗬𝗠𝗨. 𝗬𝗠𝗨, all right? Definitely go get that for more challenging stimulants for the brain. Now, number 2 is exercise. Come on now, y'all know that. And before y'all say you or think, I'm about to break it down, I'm about to denounce it right now. You don't have time to work out. Are you kidding me? Working out is a way of life. When you, let's say you're in a 2-story house, right? And you stay in your room a lot. You walking down the stairs is a workout. You walking up the stairs. Now do that 10 times in a day. And let's say you got an Apple Watch and you look and see how many steps and how many, that's like going to the gym and hop on the Stairmaster. But you have it at the comfort of your own crib. Look at that. Getting walks. Walking your dog 2 blocks. That's great. You do that every day. That is going to exponentially increase your health over time. And that relieves a lot of stress. Because sometimes you may want to leave your brain at home. You don't want to think. So you just flow. You just go. You just walk. Take out the trash. Walk down the block. Phone, no phone. Earpods in, no earpods. You just want to leave your brain at home? Cool. And sometimes you may be on a walk, you may be, you know, in your house, walking up the stairs, thinking about shit. Something's heavy on your mind. But it relieves stress over time and gives you more, it gives you more life out of your life, you know? And that's very important. Number 3, proper diet. I had to tell myself, look, JB, you got to cut down on the candy, dog. I had cavities as a kid. I don't have no cavities anymore. I don't eat candy like that. Skittles used to be my I don't remember the last time I had Skittles, but I don't have it as often as I did. I'm on a caloric deficit diet now. I've always loved fruits, salads, vegetables, acai bowls, stir fry. I've always loved that. So doing different diets, you know, a vegan diet for a month, a paleo diet for a month. I wouldn't say that I would recommend a carnivore diet, but for the protein and to cut body fat, which will in turn make your self-esteem and your worth feel stronger, feel more grand, I highly recommend. If that's the case, I highly recommend. If you don't really like, the love handles and everything, your belly fat, cut down on the sweets and the sugars and the grains and the starches and the carbs. Cut down that shit. Get some protein into your life, okay? Now, the fourth one is your safety, your mental safety. Now, this comes from your trauma, healing psychological, generational trauma, and childhood trauma that has occurred that you haven't dealt with. You haven't searched. You just kept running away from it. Because you will be stopped, right? You will be in the middle of the street looking around, and the whole entire time you look around, you look behind you, and what you were running away from caught up to you. And it's almost as if you getting pulled over by a cop and you're 40. You never got into a wreck, an accident, as they say, but it's really an incident. You never got pulled over. But when you're 40 years young, you get pulled over by a cop and you start crying because you think it's the end of the world. You start crying. Stop that. Yeah, stop that. So make sure that you handle your safety when it comes to your brain health. All right? Journaling, very valuable. Going for walks, still very valuable. Finding your domain, finding your place. Could be a park, a lake, a duck off spot in the mall. It could be your car. It could be your old grandma's house. It could be a vacant house in the neighborhood. Something. It's yours. Nobody really knows about it. It's not popularized. It's yours. Go there, meditate, breathe, and just, okay? Now, number 5 is your sleeping habits. Now, they say you need 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I'm not going to tell you what to believe. But what I will say is your quality of sleep is not predicated on the amount of hours. It is predicated on the hours that you spend before you get ready, as they say, to wind down. You wind down the knob. When your mom come in the room and say, hey, quiet down. It's almost time for bed. Quiet down. Turn the knob down. If you're still on your phone, still on your PC, you're still on your computer, maybe on the phone, there's too many frequencies, too many waves, too much electricity, too much power that's flowing through you right now. So your brain is still alert. That's why whenever you go to bed, you always hear that ringing sound, because it's always ringing. You got somebody always calling, something always causing havoc to your attention. Your brain health, right? That's why your retention rate decreases and the distractions increase in your life for that reason only, okay? And learning, that's number 6, of course. Focus on learning a new habit, practicing a new habit. If you have consistently been very combative, right? You don't allow people to finish their sentences. You always want to interlude and stop them in the middle of their tracks while they're talking. They're getting something off that they genuinely care about, So you think that your stance and your feelings are way more superior than theirs. That's fucked up. You gotta do better. So learn that. It's a skill. You gotta learn it, right? And you can't fall back and say, oh, it's just me. It's just who I am. That's such a cop-out. And we're younger, we're more wise, we're more intuitive, we're more smarter than that. We're more intelligent than that. So don't consistently lean on the fact that this is how you were raised, this is how you were born, this is who you are. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out, okay? Number 7, switching up your routine. I think that stands alone, right? Being able to switch up your routine, not be a robot, but also having a routine / schedule. Okay, you're not gonna sleep past a certain time, and it's something that I've always dealt with and still dealing with, because when I get inspired by something and I click out, my definition of click out is, let's say I get a comment on YouTube that really just moves me. It's like, oh my fucking God. Like, I needed to hear that shit. I didn't know I did, but it got me. And next thing you know, I'm up filming 3, 4, 5 videos at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 a.m., I'm still up. I haven't read today. I haven't journaled today. Went for a walk, worked out, no push-ups, no sit-ups. I'm still moving in the right direction. I'm taking a step forward into my life, you know, and I'm not taking a step back. But I also got to realize, JB, your rest is important, especially with working out and letting your body heal and rest and sleep. The quality of sleep, it could be 4 or 5 hours. I'm good. I'm on go. I'm ready. I'm popping up like, you know, I got to fight in 2 hours. You know, I'm ready. Switch up your routines, but also keeping a solid one, you know. Number 8, we got being social. Being social / sociable. The antisocial, parasocial movement that lies on social media, I'm telling y'all, if and when you make that switch to learning how to communicate and converse with all types of people, you will be rich. You are rich. You are rich. Being able to just go up and talk to strangers, not be a pest and, you know, just agitate people, but it could be something so little. Y'all stand in line at Cane's or, you know, American Cookies, right? And y'all stand in line and you spark up a conversation. And you politely intrude and you say, "Oh, you like the frosted cookies too? Those are my favorite. Like, you know, which ones do you prefer if frosted cookies were out of stock? They didn't have any more. What, you know, you like the chocolate chip, the cookie cake cookies, you like the walnut cookies, the peanut butter brittle cookie, you know, which ones you," striking up a conversation. Oh my gosh. That's a millionaire skill, y'all. And don't forget that, all right? So being more sociable and knowing how to interact with people, but not being a pest. Knowing how to interact, but not being a gnat. Number 9 is managing your stress levels. Now, this is just a culmination of, you know, the last 9 or the last 8. Okay? Sleeping habits, very important for that. Your stimulation, the challenges you give yourself, the time you give yourself to rehearse your day, as well as your exercise and your diet, your stress levels will decrease tremendously. All right? Number 10 is reading books. Hello. Must we? And these the ones on standby. This is 5 books. I'm reading The Mastery of Love and The 4-Hour Work Week right now, together, in sync. I'm already almost done. Because it keeps you alive. Yeah, well, that's a crazy statement to say, right? It keeps you alive, but you know, it keeps you more witty. It keeps you more on your toes, as well as journaling. It keeps you. So when it comes to building intimate relationships with people of the opposite sex, you know, wanting to really get to know somebody, you're reading books of all walks of life. That's like talking to an Asian, a Mexican, a Latina, Arab, an Indian, African American, an African, a Jamaican, a Haitian, Caucasian, Persian, Mediterranean, you know, did I say Mediterranean? Yeah, I did. Mediterranean, goddamn. You're talking to all walks of life, so you can relate and be sociable with all walks of life at any given moment. Drop of a dime. If I'm going to the tire shop, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going to the library, I can talk to anybody at any given moment. So this is very, very important, very valuable. And not one of these are more important than the other, just to let y'all know, okay? They all have strong weight and strong merit, okay? Number 11 is avoiding substances. Substances/drugs, okay? Y'all need to go back and watch my video that I did 3-4 years ago on the power of weed. How to cope with depression, how to cope with anxiety, okay? And the last one we have, digital detoxing. Being able to digital detox and unplug. Learning how to be effective and productive without being busy. Learning how to be effective and productive instead of being busy. That is so important, woman or man, any walk of life, because that is where the wealth lies. Wealth lies in the maturity and the life and age that you are able to be conscious. Because as we know, as Nicki Minaj says, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Well, Drake said that in Moment for Life with Nicki Minaj. But, you know, I wish that I could have this moment for life. Where does it go? Time moves faster than you, or are you moving with time, or are you ahead of your time, more mature, more of an old soul, more of a capture of time, instead of you being at a place and you taking pictures of the moment while you're in it. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. The moment is right here and you're just thinking that this is going to capture the moment, instead of you and your brain and your ability to retain and give meaning to life. Wow. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So, being able to unplug and not be of the world's distractions and procrastinations and stresses and worries. Yeah, you're in it, but don't be of it. Do your best to not be of the world, because when you're of, you know, that consumerism mindset, you got to, as they say, keep up with the Joneses and make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's with bullshit that don't really concern you, like the latest luxury brand that's out on the prowl right now. Who cares, man? If you really want to be technical, the difference between Walmart clothes and Louis Vuitton clothes is the branding. The Walmart shirt and the Louis Vuitton shirt was made in the same factory, in the same country, for the same amount of cents. Yes, I said cents. It don't cost dollars to make. It's all in the branding. Gucci, Louis, Prada, Fendi, Denim Tears, Amiri, they've given you a scarcity mindset to believe that this thing is the best thing since sliced bread. It's all in the perceptual programming. Unplug. So that right there will be the conclusion of the 12 ways to keep your brain healthy. Yes, this is for all walks of life, women and men. But for my fellas, I got y'all, man. If you don't use it, then you lose it.